This game died over 2 years ago. 83 is a Cold War gone hot, combined arms, squad-based tactical FPS built around the idea of accessible realism. And over 2 years ago, the original development studio Antimatter Games, known for games like Rising Storm, originally put the game on hold to continue work on their other title, IGI Origins, a game that I've been anticipating for a long time now. That is, until Antimatter Games was shut down by their holding company, Enad Global 7, in 2023, leaving both IGI Origins and 83 in the dust. 2 years later, the rights to 83 were acquired by the original Antimatter Games founder, Tony Gilliam, who then proceeded to hire back a number of developers from Antimatter Games, forming a new studio called Blue Dot Games. And yesterday, they finally announced the return of 83 with the official re-announcement trailer. Take a look.
Welcome to 83, a large-scale online tactical PvP shooter built around the idea of accessible realism, a twist on the tactical shooter genre popularized by the Rising Storm series. The goal is to make combat feel as authentic as possible until it stops being fun, and then we wind it back a notch. It's 1983. The tensions between NATO and the USSR have reached their breaking point, and the Cold War has quickly turned into an all-out conflict across Europe. One of the battlefields, codenamed Woodpecker, takes you to the location of the iconic Duga radar station in northern Ukraine. There are multiple objectives you and your squad need to swiftly capture to gain control over this strategic location. The choices your squad makes when capturing objectives matter. Teamwork, effective use of vehicles and equipment, or well-timed fire missions can all provide the necessary tactical advantage to win the battle. 83 is currently in development, and we aim to launch it on Steam Early Access within 1 year. Please support the game by wishlisting on Steam and sharing our trailer with your friends. Thank you, and see you on the battlefield.
Now, we don't know much, but what we do know is that 83 is a spiritual successor to the Rising Storm series. And they're aiming for what they call accessible realism, which is right up my alley. It makes the game feel as realistic as possible until it stops being fun. And then they dial it back a little bit, work on those mechanics, and keep it fun, keep it as realistic as they can without making the game a fucking chore to play. And going through their YouTube channel, it looks like 2 months ago they just brought on an investor. Now, talking about the trailer itself, it's pushing almost 100,000 views in the last 18 hours, so there's a lot of excitement around this game, which is awesome. Visually, I love the art style. I love what they're going for here. It's obviously set in 1983. It's got this overcast grayscale feel, a lot of browns, a lot of grays. The color palette reminds me of like the mid-2000s. One thing I'm impressed with is the actual animation quality, the character animation, the gunplay. It looks really, really good. Obviously, a lot of people are pointing out that there are a lot of frame drops in the game. I'm sure optimization is going to be something that they focus on as they get closer to launch. I'm not too concerned with it, but I will say I'm pretty sure this is on Unreal Engine 5. I really hope we don't get another Unreal Engine 5 chunky, unoptimized mess when we get it at launch. It is going to be going to early access. They say hopefully in about a year's time, so maybe around this time next year, we will be playing 83 in an early capacity. The reason I'm excited for this game mainly is because of the story behind EG7 closing Antimatter Games, the original co-founders, to come back, establish a new studio, negotiate with EG7, acquire the assets, acquire the IP, and then just resume development on their own. It's a comeback story that I think should be celebrated, and I really, like, for me, it just makes me want this game to be successful even more than I would have already wanted it to be successful, just because these guys said, fuck the system, we're gonna do it on our own. Once more information comes available or we're able to play the game and showcase it, I'll be sure to do so, but for now, I wanted to show off what we could, tell you guys how I'm feeling about it. Even with the lack of information, I am excited to, at the very least, see a game come back from industry death and continue on development. If you guys want to support the studio and 83, you can wishlist the game right now and check out their YouTube channel. All the links are down below. And while you're down there, leave a like on the video and subscribe for more FPS content. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.